What she saw horrified the horrified mother. Is it possible that someone got to her daughter's underwear earlier than she did? What kind of person would leave that behind? Taking action based on her parental instincts, she locked the door. She turned the packet inside out. Despite being the only one inside, it was one too many. Clearly, she was in need of assistance. The woman who lived in Brighton, Michigan, was named Janice Burgers. Having raised her 10-year-old daughter, Lily, as a single mother, Janice was a mother who raised an imaginative and curious child. When Janice was strolling through the thrift store one sunny afternoon, she was surprised to find a pack of fairy tale-themed underwear. She thought Lily would enjoy a lovely surprise from it since it was on sale. It was Janice's caring and conscientious nature that made her a wonderful mother. Whenever she was shopping for clothes for her daughter, Lily, she always looked for unique and affordable options. A thrift store offered many items at discounted prices, which made the tactful mother happy. After seeing the promise of a bargain, Janice couldn't resist peeking inside. Would she be able to find something she likes for herself? Her eyes fell upon a pack of colorful, enchanting underwear with fairy tale-themed designs as she perused the racks. Any item with a princess theme was a hit with Lily. The pack was clearly marked sale when she picked it up with a smile on her face. In Lily's opinion, it was the perfect addition to her wardrobe. After finding the pack, Janice rushed home and opened it to reveal the designs to Lily. She eagerly unwrapped the pack of underwear after returning home with her find. She opened it, but was overwhelmed with shock and disbelief. What she found surprised her. The underwear was brand new and sized 9, 10 for girls. It was sealed, so it could not have been opened by anyone before Janice bought it. Janice's body trembled. While staring at the contents of the box, she gasped and involuntarily clasped her mouth. Astonished, she couldn't believe what she saw. "What the?" she said as she bent down to take a closer look. There was a lot of color and cleanliness in the underwear. On the underwear, there was also something else. The brand-new underwear had something unusual inside when she unboxed it. On one of the pairs, she saw something that opened her eyes and made her heart skip a beat. The moment Janice realized what she was looking at, her eyes widened. Nestled among the neatly folded underwear was a piece of paper delicately folded. A bold black marker pen seemed to have been used to write on it. Due to the uneven and smudged letters, it was obviously written in a hurry. Trying to decipher the words, the scared mother squinted. Gingerly picking it up, Janice trembled with curiosity and concern. It looked like a small piece of brown cardboard ripped from a box. There were only a few English words on it. She felt shivers running down her spine as she read the message's purpose. Was she the intended recipient of the message? Could it be for her daughter? In response to the disturbing discovery, Janice immediately felt the need to protect her daughter. "Lily! Lily! Where are you? Come here!" she yelled. Her only desire was to see her face. Lily, in an innocent moment of confusion, made her way into the room, as her mother hurriedly called out for her. "What, Mom?" her daughter asked confusedly. Shocked and bewildered, Janice couldn't believe what she had found. She double-checked, thinking it might be some sort of prank, but the plea for help was unmistakable. Panicking, she immediately called for Lily, who came running into the room with a mix of curiosity and concern. But the little girl was fine. She didn't know what was going on. Fear and anger coursed through Janice's veins. The realization struck her like a lightning bolt. These underwear, seemingly innocent and whimsical, had a darker story hidden beneath their cheerful facade. There was a greater reason why she had been the one to find the note. She took it personally. It gave her purpose. It gave her a mission.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story.
Janice looked at the small piece of paper in her hands. She tried to hold back her tears. Unfolding the note, her heart sank as she read the desperate plea scrawled on the paper. "Help me, please." They were likely the product of slave labor or child exploitation, a sobering thought that made her stomach churn. It was a cry for help. Janice called her child close. "Look at this, Lily," Janice said, showing her the note inside the underwear. "We need to do something about it." Lily furrowed her brow, trying to understand the situation. "What does it mean, Mom?" Janice was clueless. "I don't know, sweetie, but someone might be in trouble. We have to act fast," Janice replied, with a determined look on her face. Together, they took pictures of the note and the underwear as evidence, and Janice made a video recording explaining the mysterious discovery. She knew she had to be a step ahead. Afterward, she called the local authorities, explaining the situation and sharing the evidence she had gathered. Would they be able to assist her? Janice was impatiently inspecting the message when she saw writing on the back of the note as well. She ushered Lily out of the room, ensuring her daughter remained blissfully unaware of the disturbing find. She resolved to document everything meticulously, taking photographs and recording a video to preserve the evidence of the note hidden within the underwear. The new information on the note gave a different perspective. It all felt too real. As she waited for the police to arrive, Janice couldn't help but speculate on the origins of the message. Perhaps it was a prank, but her instincts told her otherwise. She felt a strange connection to this plea for help and was determined to see it through. Somebody needed help. Before long, Officer Harrison arrived at their doorstep. He listened attentively to Janice's account of the bizarre discovery and reviewed the evidence. Show me," he said. Though skeptical at first, the genuine concern in Janice and Lily's eyes convinced him to take the matter seriously. "Don't you girls worry, okay? I don't think it's anything serious." Janice felt that the officer didn't take her seriously. "But officer, look at this properly." The officer hesitatingly squinted at the small piece of cardboard. "I'll do my best to follow up on this," Officer Harrison assured them. "In the meantime, I need you both to stay safe and let me handle the investigation." Janice nodded, but deep down she knew that he wouldn't. Janice waited anxiously for news from Officer Harrison. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was meant to play a part in unraveling this enigmatic message. She looked at the small piece of paper again. The back also had writing which said, "Lin May 009783256122254. It was the name and phone number of the person who wrote the message. Would the secret messenger finally be found? Realizing that this problem was far beyond her capabilities, Janice reached out to a trusted friend who worked as an investigative reporter. Brenda Billings, renowned for her relentless pursuit of justice, immediately grasped the gravity of the situation. She understood that this discovery had the potential to expose a much larger issue. Would she be able to get to the bottom of it? Together, Janice and Brenda formulated a plan. Armed with the evidence and determination to uncover the truth, they contacted the American clothing company responsible for importing the underwear from the Philippines. While the company offered to provide Janice with a replacement pack, she couldn't help but feel that it was a shallow gesture in the face of the underlying problem. Why didn't they address the message in the underwear? Brenda wasted no time delving deeper into the matter. She contacted the spokesperson of the American Philippines Company, seeking clarification on their labor practices. The spokesperson admitted that while there were labor laws in place for textile workers, this particular case was perplexing. It was challenging to ascertain how individual workers were treated within the larger framework. They didn't take responsibility for it and wanted to keep it all hush-hush. Janice tried calling the number countless times but could never get through. It was a prepaid cell phone number from the Philippines. Thousands of people used them. As Brenda dug deeper, she discovered that similar incidents had been reported by others. People had found distressing notes written in Vietnamese and Chinese tucked away in their imported clothing. It became increasingly evident that this was not an isolated incident, but rather a systemic problem spanning multiple countries. Brenda's commitment to justice led her to take the case to the local authorities. With the evidence gathered by Janice and the additional reports from other victims, the police had no choice but to take action. A secret investigative reporter team was sent to the manufacturing factory in the Philippines. They used tips from previous cases. Would they be able to find the proof that they were looking for? Soon enough, the American clothing company was implicated in the exploitation of laborers. They found themselves facing legal consequences. In a courtroom filled with tension, the case against the company unfolded. Janice and Brenda, resolute in their pursuit of justice, presented their evidence, painting a vivid picture of the distress and suffering endured by those hidden behind the label of the company's products. As the trial progressed, public outrage swelled. People became more aware of the true cost behind their inexpensive clothing purchases. The case shed light on the plight of those trapped in sweatshops, and the urgent need for stricter regulations and accountability within the global fashion industry. But would this really make a difference to imports in the U.S.? With consumerism growing at its fastest pace in history, unfortunately, the clothing industry is not one that is going to die down anytime soon. People love fashion and clothes. Ultimately, the American clothing company was held accountable for its involvement in supporting exploitative practices. Janice's initial concern for the individual who had penned the desperate plea in her daughter's underwear had sparked a far-reaching movement for change. Janice, Brenda, and the countless others who had fought alongside them became catalysts for a renewed sense of awareness and responsibility. They formed networks of labor unions in third-world countries to help the underpaid textile workers. Through their determination, they had ignited a flame of compassion that would burn brightly, illuminating the path toward a more just and ethical fashion industry for all. Janice had a change of heart. She started buying locally sourced and produced undergarments for them both since the incident. And as for Lily, the little girl who remained blissfully unaware of the darkness behind her once beloved fairy tale underwear, she would grow up with a mother who taught her the importance of using her voice to stand up for what is right and never turn a blind eye to the suffering of others.